Hello beautiful people, you welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial I'll be doing this trending color boubou. My fabric is big, so I won't be able to lay it on this table, but I'll show you with this paper, then I'll transfer it to the fabric, then I'll show you the sewing as we go on. So this is my starting point. So from here I'll take my measurement from my starting point, that's for my shoulder to my bust. Let's say this is my bust point, then to my waist, to my hip, and to my full length. So this is my full length. Let's assume this is my full length. So then I'll just connect everything to a straight line. So I have connected using my marker. So from here now, so most times we take measurement from the nape to the sleeve, but if you don't do that, you can, if you didn't take that measurement, you can come and put your chest line, then from your chest line input the sleeve that you want. So let's say I'm working with 16 here, so this 16. So from this 16, once something gets to elbow, yes, to elbow, just do 1.5, but once it gets here, do 2 inches slope. So from here, let's say this 16 inches is like 3/4, then I'll do slope of 1.5. So I'll take my neck width of 3 inches, then for the back I'll be doing 1 inch, then for the front, let's leave the front for now. So I'll connect this, so I'll connect this like this. So I'll just connect like that, then I'll slope it to this place. So this is for the back. So I will just take the measurement, my bust. So this is a free dress, so you can add up to 3 to 4 to 5 inches depending on how big you want it. So I'll just be adding 5 to my own, including seam allowance. So let's say this is my measurement. You know, we're assuming this is my fabric. I'll transfer everything I'm doing here to my fabric. So I've added my seam allowance. On my waist, I can actually skip my waist and move to my hip, add that same allowance to my hip. Then for my hip, I'll take it to the hem. So here I have 13. I'll just take 13, then I'll connect it into a straight line. Then for my bust, I'll zoom in. So if you really want your waist to snatch, you can just come in like this. Probably just take 2 inches inside or 1.5, then connect and bring it back to the hip. If you just don't want it like in a block form, then you can check if your shoulder to chest measurement, if it's like 12, you can leave it. But if you feel like it's going to be too open, you can come up from the chest line probably by 1. So whatever you have here, 16. I did 16. Input it on that you coming up. But if you don't want to come up, you can just, I'll stick to my chest line, to my bust line, my bust point line. So from here, whatever I have here, that's 16. Then I have 16 here as well. So I'll just take the 16 downward. I'll take the 16 downward. So I'll just connect it like this. Come to this side like 1 inch or 1.5. So I can just connect. So it's not too sharp. I can connect. Then sometimes, you know, when you sew boubou, this down part used to be longer. If you don't want that, you can just come in by 1 inch and connect it here. And connect it like this, so that when you are done sewing, this down part is not longer than the upper part. But if you don't mind, you can just leave it this straight line. So this is what I have for the back. So for the front now, this is what I'll be doing. So I'll just take my neck measurement. I'll be working with 7 inches. Then same with this one. So remember the color that we're doing, how wide you want it to be. If you do 1 inch, you know, 1 inch, this is 1 inch on the fold, that is going to be 2 inches. But if you do 0.75, it's going to be 1.5. So I think I'll stick with 0.75. That's going to be 1.5. So I'll just do 0.75. I'll form a straight line here. So from this straight line, I'll connect my V. So this is how the front look like. It's not exactly V, that sharp V. I went inside by 1.5, then I connect. If you want it to be 2 inches wide when you're done, that's, you know, the fold, you can make it 1 inch, 1.5, depending on how big you want it. That's your creativity, but I did 1.5. So this is what I have. So then I'll add my seam allowance to this back, as into the shoulder part. Then I'll cut this. So let me bring my fabric. So this is my fabric. So I just cut out the back neckline first. Then this is, I just did a short sleeve. Then this is what I have. This is 17 inches. 17 inches. So this is a short sleeve. So I'll be adding another band of 2 inches to elongate the sleeve. I'll show you. So for now, let me just remove the back. Then this is the full length, just the same way I said I was gonna do it. So I'll remove this one so we can work on one to cut the neck together. I already took out 1 inch for the back, so I'll just do 7.5. I don't want to reveal too much. So on this 7.5, I'll come in by 0.75, like I told you. This is 0.75. So from here, I think I want to let me just make it 8 inches. Let me make it 8 inches. It's not so much. So 8 inches here, then 0.75. So this is where my 0.75 stops. So from this place, I'll just connect it here. So I'll be cutting like this down. So this is what I have. So I'll just notch this place a little. So when I'm joining it, see, I'll just notch that sharp V. I just notch that. It's not up to 0.5. Let me see. See, it's not up to 0.5. It's just like 0.3. So this is what I have. So do we see? So this is what I'm going to be doing. Now I'll just sew the shoulder together. After joining it, you just take your measurement from here. I have 7.5 here. Excuse me. So I have 7.5 up to this midpoint here, and that's 10.75. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you can actually fold your fabric like this. See, it's still the same thing. 7.5. So that 10.75 into 2, we have, okay, that's 21.5. So that's 21.5. You're still going to add excess. So just add, let's approximate that we have 22. So 22 plus 5 plus 3, that's 25. So that's 25. You just take a long strip like this. I have 25 like this. Then I'll do 2.5. You can work with 2 inches, but by the time I take 1/2 inch for joining, I'll be having 2 inches. So that's what I want. So I'll be working with 2.5. So I'll just take 2.5 like this and put a stay interfacing on it, and I'll show you. Interfacing. I have iron interfacing, and I've folded it, and I have also notched it. So I've notched it. So now I'll bring my fabric. So I've notched the back as well. So I'll mark this notch line with this one. Then I'll pin. So I'll pin it. Keep pinning. But before I do that, I'll weave the side. I'll weave these edges. I'll interlock it. Then I'll keep pinning. Till I get to this place. So remember I said we should notch. So this notch line now, I'll just stop exactly there. so it will be easier for me to turn it. But let me just fold this, let me just sew it around, show you what I have. So I have joined the strip to the neck. So this is what I have. So remember the side that we notch. So I notch the side so it will relax. So after sewing it, we're going to have something like this. So do we see that side that I notched? Then this one will definitely overlap. Let me try and pin it. So the essence I said you should leave here. So this is how it's going to be. So whenever you cut the measurement, always add excess. You know, I added small. If you do not add it, you will not be able to relax. So this is it. So I'm going to iron it. You know, I use a pin, so by the time I iron it, it's going to relax very well. So bring it out. I'll iron it first, then I'll bring it out, then I'll stitch the side, then I'll weave it. So when I'm done with this, I'll come back and show you. I have joined it. Like I said, I was going to iron it. Do you see? I said I was going to iron it, then stitch inside. So this is it. I've been saying I've stitched it. So this is it. See, that's why I said just add excess. Thank God I even added, I think I added 3 inches if I had not had SSC. So now I'm just going to take this to my weaving machine, then I'll weave this side away. I'll weave all this side as well. So when I'm done with that, then this is my sleeve. So my sleeve here, I have 23 inches. So I cut this one 2.5 on a fold. My sleeve is small and I actually wanted this to be long. That's why I added the fabric I'm working with. This fabric is actually 2.5. So I'll just join this one by the side. I'll join it like this and turn it like this for the sleeve. I will do that and show you. So here I've cut this a paper of 12.5 by 15 inches. So this I'll fold into 2. I'll fold into 2. So this is my midpoint. So I just want to get my midpoint. This is my midpoint. So let me bring back my neckline. So this is my neckline. This neck is really high. Like I said, I don't want to show any cleavage. So if you're doing yours, you can go down by 9 inches. But you know I did 8 inches for this. So you can go down to how much. But I actually like it. So then this is the paper I'm working with. So this paper, this is the midpoint. This is the middle of the paper as well. The middle of this 15. So this is the middle. So from here, let me see, I just want to just do something. So from here I'll just do 2 inches. Then on this midpoint I'll go up by 3 inches. So this way, let me see, I have 4.1 here. So I'll just do 4.1. I just want to see if I can see something to work with. So from this way I'll connect to this part. To this hole. So do you see what I'm having? Then let me see. Okay, I can actually come down to this side by 2 inches, connect it like this. So this is one design here. I don't think I like it. Okay, let's see. So it's gonna come like this. Let's stick to it. So let's cut it out. This is what it's going to look like. Let me bring back my fabric. So like I said, I'm not going to be using the midpoint. I just want it probably like 1 inch away. So this is what I have. I think it's okay. So I'll cut this on my fabric. I'll add seam allowance, then I will iron it with hemming glue on this one before I now sew it. So after ironing it, I'll bring it back for you to see. So guys, I'm done. I have weaved all this parts. So I've weaved this one as well. I've weaved all this side. I have joined this one, and I have weaved it too. And I did the same thing for the second sleeve. So this is the neck. So this one I have ironed it. I have ironed so like 1.5 inch away from here. So this is what I will do. I'll make this one overlap a bit. Then I'll check out for my 1.5. So I cut hemming glue. Okay, so I'm done using hemming glue to hold it. So I'll just go and stitch it like this. Then once I'm done, I'll bring the sleeve together. Yes, I actually have excess here. This is the sleeve. So I'll just take 1/2 inch round up to the hemline. So once I'm done, I'll just fold this one, then I'll show you the final look. Thank you guys. Please, if you have watched up to this, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you. It helped my channel to go. Thank you. God bless you.